Now let's go to Victoria, where activism in the classroom is celebrated. Schools are altering uniforms to supposedly preach inclusion and diversity. There are pride flags, Aboriginal flags and political slogans on official school uniform items like jackets and hats. The IPA's Collen Harkin joins me now. You're a former teacher. Are these slogans and uniforms changes a positive thing we should be embracing, or is this focus on politics and gender issues distracting for the kids?
Rita, the role of the school is to educate kids. That's their primary purpose for existence. It's not their place to turn our children into walking billboards for somebody else's ideological pursuit. And they're deliberately turning the kids into walking activists. So, no, it is completely distracting. It's moving the purpose of what a school is for, and it's not doing the kids any favour, because academic results show that while they're doing all of this stuff, our kids' academic results are in complete decline. Parents don't send their kids to school to become mini activists. They send them there to be literate and to learn the skills that will give them the advantage of success in their own lives.
But as our academic results are going downhill and the politics is taking over in the classroom, it seems to be this vicious circle, because this is what the kids are exposed to, and then the kids want some of these changes because they're so brainwashed, and the school says, well, we're only doing this because it's student-led. So then they blame the students for these changes. It seems to be the lunatics are running the asylum.
Yeah, I mean, that's the point, isn't it? A student's role is not to run the school. A student's role is to be there to learn, so that in due course they can be activists when they're an adult and they're, in their own jobs and paying their taxes and doing all of that sort of stuff. But while they're a 15 or 16-year-old student at school, their job is to learn to the best of their capabilities, and it's the school's job to teach them that skill set. We've got scenarios where our national curriculum purposefully specifies activism within the curriculum. It's missing the point of what kids need. And we've got third-party organisations that boast that they have their material in 9,000 schools, where they encourage kids to do things like sit for the national anthem. Oh. So then it's no wonder that we've got antagonistic, and to your earlier footage that you showed of people sort of, in these violent and aggressive activist activity, that our teachers are abused, physically and verbally abused, by students who are encouraged this level of activism.
It is just so toxic, and as you said, if it was happening whilst our academic results were thriving, you could almost overlook it, but they're going in the wrong direction. I spoke to Catherine Burble-Singh. She's been called the UK's strictest headmistress, and she just achieves astonishing results by having discipline, by having old school methods, by having teacher-led learning, not student-led. Why can't we have something like that here? Why don't we have anybody really pushing for that to be employed here?
It's a good question, because Michaela's community school, which Catherine runs, has taken a group of kids who were in the lowest academic attainment in the country to, in a few short years, to the highest. Yeah. So the results speak for themselves about that scenario, about where you do, we like to now call it explicit teaching. It used to be just called teaching, but it's actually specifying what the kids need to understand. No politics, no ideology. It gives them a skill set.
That's what she is absolutely strong on. She strips the politics out. Collen Harkin, thank you so much for joining me.